Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Okay, 2. This is the 2 of Wands. Wands are fire. Wands are motion. 2s are balance, looking for the balance, but also as the card dictates, kind of looking towards the future, whether it's creating travel, whether it's creating changes, making decisions, letting go of something that doesn't serve you and holding on tightly to something that does. But really taking a look at what you want for your future. What are your goals? Things have changed for you, Aquarius. Things have changed. So what does your future look like for you? And you're taking the time to figure that out. It looks like there has been a ton of changes, some at your hand and some at others. But it's a little bit more of the same, going through the flow of life, but really focusing on what you want and making some decisions, making some solid decisions, and putting them down on paper if you'd like, but really taking a look at what works for you, what doesn't, and focusing on where you'd like to be in the future as well. What crosses you, this is the Page of Wands, also another motion, another fire. This could be a child. This could be a young person under the age of 20. Not necessarily a child, could be a teenager, or it can be messages. Page are messages. And this has to do with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is something that is kind of splitting your attention or pulling on your attention a bit. So it's forcing you to make some decisions that you really weren't ready to make, and getting messages that help bring the clarity to those decisions. So it seems like it's a little bit confusing now, but it will clear up in the future as soon as you start making some motion, dear Aquarius. I know that is one of the challenges of air signs, is putting these great ideas into motion. And it looks like you've got a lot of wands here. So it's time to start putting some motion, start physically putting things out in the world to so your manifestations can come true. But you have to take it from the head, move it to the earth plane. I know this was some of your frustration. I believe it was your September reading, Aquarius. So you're revisiting some of those frustrations. But it won't stay long. And make some decisions and start some movement, and you will feel the energy lifting a bit, and having some forward motion. But it looks like you got back into your head a little bit, so you need a little bit more forward motion in things. What is above you is the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is emotions, can stand for family, but it feels like there is a bit of tumultuousness on the home front, whether it's within your love relationship, your children, your parents, or in family in general. There is a little bit of static happening. It doesn't look like clear communication or communication at all about some things that really need to be discussed, things that need to be compromised about and need to change. But it looks like everything kind of halted down for the last couple of weeks. So be brave, Aquarius, and speak what you need to speak. Do not wait till it gets to that space where it's a big fight, and that looks like that has been in your space. This tension is building. So if you let a little of that tension out, speak your truth a little bit, remember to be kind, and take the high road in things, then you may be able to avoid any static or a few things in the future. But it does look like there's a little bit of unsettlement in the home right now. Also upside down is the 7 of Pentacles. And this is kind of like, where do I go? What do I do? How do I put all these ideas into motion? Well, being upside down, it looks like it's still in the contemplation phase. You've kind of come to a standstill. And this is in the past position. So you may have moved some of that energy out, but there's still some things that need to be resolved. So don't give up. Just keep moving forward one step at a time. and look at things individually instead of all at once. It gets too overwhelming and we don't do anything if it's all in our face at that time. So take a look at things that you can start some motion on, and just pick one thing and start that motion. So this is the Six of Swords. So you're feeling like a little lost, a little floating. This is in the present position. It is upside down. So some things are becoming clearer to you and other things are getting farther and farther away from resolution for you. Pick the things that you see that you can work on right now. It's kind of the same message as this. Pick what you can do right now. And the other things will resolve themselves. Use clear and kind communication when you're dealing with your family, your friends, your love. And there will be more opportunities to resolve. But right now, it just feels like you're kind of floating. You're just kind of floating in limbo. So take that step into motion. This is Five of Wands. Wands again, that's fire, that's motion. Looks like there's a conflict. You're feeling really picked on. So communicate before you get to this place where there's an explosion or something's really ugly is going to happen. So you can prevent this by communicating and by really listening when your loved one is speaking their truth. Really listen and digest what they're saying before you just come out of the gates. So more positive communication. We can't resolve things if we don't know what they are. So if you feel that your partner, your family member has an issue and they're holding back and they're not saying anything, take the bull by the horns, step up and with kindness ask them. That is the only way this will resolve, because it's building right now. It's building and building and building into kind of a staticky mess. So use your words and use your very good listening skills as well to resolve some things before it gets to this point. You're feeling very betrayed by either a family member or a loved one, but it feels like this is the 10. So this is the ending of some situation that you feel betrayed about. You really feel betrayed about. But I really, truly feel it's coming in very strong. It's communication and productive communication will resolve these issues, that they are not unresolvable. Although it really feels like you've been betrayed either by a friend, family member, lover, but and it's feeling like a lie. It's feeling like a lie that kind of grew to something really ugly. So use those powers of communication and move that energy out if you can. This is a temporary situation. It is right next to the Justice card. And justice is exactly what it is. So those that will get their comeuppance will, and those that need an apology will. So that is in the air. Resolution, apologies, moving forward, and feeling more balanced in the situation, and that with your patience and your communication, you will be rewarded. This is in the next position. This is a 4. It looks like you have some choices, some things that you're looking at really heavily, but kind of ignoring something that's right in front of your face, And I'm feeling that this might be a new job or a new home. It's a pretty big shift that you're thinking about doing. So don't just look at the obvious things that are right here, but there's something right in front of you that you're not paying attention to. So explore all possibilities, check out every lead. For many of you, this will be a job or a home is what I'm feeling, a job or a home. The culmination card is the High Priestess, and this is a lovely card. This is really higher thinking, exalted actions, kindness, forgiveness. This is generosity as well as humility, finding your balance within your kindness and trusting the God of your heart, really taking those lower level areas and rising them up into integrity. And the cross is lighting up here, and that may many mean for you going to church, doing yoga, something that has to do with either religion, spirituality, could be coming to a psychic. It's something of the higher realm of information. And you're open and you're ready to receive that information. And you're ready to move forward out of some of the lower level or the body frustrations that you're having. I'm also feeling, and I'm not feeling this with one card in general, but I'm feeling that there's something happening with your legs or your circulation or pains in your legs. But your lower body, your legs need a little bit more pampering. But there is some either problem or challenge with the lower part of your body, with your legs, circulatory system, or just muscle aches, something, but it has to do with your legs. But the high priestess basically means you are taking all this energy and you're exalting it and you're bringing it to a higher level. You're speaking of integrity. You're speaking from your heart, not speaking out of anger, collecting information, praying, giving it to God, connecting with your angels. It is all that higher level stuff. And for many of you, it is maybe taking classes, meditation, or doing something, giving of yourself. But this is all the higher level, higher chakra energy situations and possibilities. So that's a great card for the culmination. On one side, you have the 8 of Wands. So that's decisions. It's also putting things into motion. Once again, it is Wands. So I'm feeling motion is really necessary. Taking a step into some physical exertion, whether it's to, exercise to clear your head, changing a diet, letting go of an addiction, speaking your truths, or letting go of friends and families that do not serve, that it's no longer a productive, loving relationship. So there are some changes coming up for you. It does not have to be drastic. Some things you will keep, some things you will let go. But there are some changes and some decisions that need to be made, and you've put them off for a while. So time to look at them. I know it's not that pleasant, but the outcome is really one of being higher and exalted in your behavior, in your thinking, in your connection to yourself and your connection to God. So this is the 3 of Cups. Cups are emotions. This is obviously joy and bliss. So time to gather with people of either like minds or people that you have forgotten in the past, and it's time to reconnect with them. I feel like this is some reconnection from the past as well, and just being exalted and enjoying yourself and enjoying the company that you are with, putting down some of the have-tos, putting down some of that mental anguish that has been happening back and forth from over the last couple of months, but really enjoying yourself. Get out there and go to a Halloween party if somebody asks you to go, but it's time to revel in the joys of life, find your bliss a little bit, and those that carry their smile as well. So that is your reading for November. I'm going to throw a couple of cards here for clarity. I'm using the past life wisdom cards, and I really liked them last month, so I am going to continue to use them this month. And let's see, that one's sticking out. Communal living. Okay. Maybe you are moving. Maybe you are moving back in with somebody, or maybe you're moving in a communal type situation. Ships. Time to catch your ship. Time to make those motions. Time to sail off into your bliss. Time to, looks like maybe changing some of your living space, or opening up your heart and your mind to others, or just, interacting more with those that you are living with communally. Your ships are what are your ships bringing you to the future? What is your future like? And don't miss the ship if it comes.